Hi everyone, it's Lindsey again from Aegis Therapies, your in-house therapy department, bringing you another balance video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the one from last week. Again, if you had any pain or difficulties completing that balance routine, please reach out to us in the therapy department so that we can help you. We can help you with any pain you might be having, or we can work with a specific program for you so that we can improve your balance and stability. So let's get started. What you'll need today, just like last time, is a chair, or you can use a kitchen counter. We're going to go through everything today and do some unilateral work, meaning one side then the other. So you'll start with your chair on one side. We'll go through some things, then we'll move it to the other side. If you're using your kitchen counter, you can just simply turn from one side to the other. So I'll walk you through it. So let's start off. You can place your hand on your chair or on your kitchen counter. If you need extra stability for these, we're going to do some heel raises. Then you can turn and hold on with both hands to your chair, or hold on to your kitchen counter with both hands. So you can place one hand on your hip if you're only holding on with one hand. So you choose what works for you. We're going to turn your toes slightly out. So it's a little different than last week. Don't turn your toes out too far. You don't want to feel any strain on your knees. It's just, instead of having your feet together, you're going to turn them a little bit apart. And we're just going to come straight up and straight down. Up and down. Now, if this is too difficult, you can always try to weight shift onto your toes and just see if you can lift your heels a little bit off the floor. For more of a challenge, of course, we see how high on our toes we can go. So it's up to you, whatever feels comfortable for you. I don't want you to lock your knees during this, meaning we don't have it so super straight. There's a little bend in your knees. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, bring those feet back to center. Again, we're holding on to the chair with one side, or you can have both hands on the chair or on your kitchen counter. So I'm going to be holding on with one side just so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to start with some leg lifts. We have 3 positions: behind, to the side, and to the front. We're going to start with the outside leg. If you are holding on to the chair with one hand, you're going to start with your outside leg. If you're holding on to the counter, let's just start with our right leg for the sake of everybody being together. Bring that leg straight behind you. Your supporting leg is not locked. You have a little bit of a bend. Your back leg is behind you, tapping the floor. Now, you're not going to go very far back. We have a lot of muscles on the back that prevent us from being able to extend very far back. So it's only a tiny little lift that we're going to be doing. I'm turning just so you can see me. So we're going to start lift and lower, a tiny lift. If this is too much, then you can always do a low, just a small, tiny little lift, or just having your foot behind you. You can even do foot taps. If you need to bring it forward, tap it back. This would be an alternative to actually raising the leg behind you. Keep raising, otherwise we'll come back and down, back and down. Keep that core really tight. That's the primary center for our stability. We want to keep our core muscles tight. 3, 2, 1. Very good. Bring both feet back to center. We're going to do some leg lifts out to the side now. Your modification, as I mentioned before, is that you can tap to the side and come in. Otherwise, we're going to start with our foot out and do a tiny little raise. So if you're going to raise your leg, come with me. Start here. We're going to raise up and down. It's just a small little raise. So pick your poison, so to speak. You're either lifting your leg or you're stepping in and out. Good job. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Now we're going to do some leg lifts from the front. Again, as a modification, you can step forward and center, forward and center. This would be this kind of the starting way to do it if we have a little bit more challenge with our balance. Otherwise, if you're gonna lift, we're gonna come lift up and down, up and down. Tiny little raises. None of these should be lifting very high. Not trying to audition to be a can-can dancer. Although if you are, more power to you. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Shake those legs out, especially the one that you've been standing on. You might find that the leg you were standing on has got a little bit tired because it's been doing a lot of work. So before we go to the other side, we're going to do an exercise where we move around a little bit. And we're going to take this leg that we've just been lifting, and we're going to cross it behind you, almost like a little grapevine. You're going to cross behind, do a tiny little bend at the knees, and then tap to the side. You're going to reach behind, bend at the knees, and to the side. If it's too much to cross behind you, come in and do a tiny little chair bend, like you're sitting in a chair. You can come in and tap to the side. In, tap to the side. In, tap to the side. For that challenge, we come behind, tap to the side. Behind, tap to the side. So you can choose whichever feels most comfortable and safe to you. We've got 2 more. And last one. Good job. Are we ready to switch sides? I think I am. My one side's a little been feeling it. So we're going to switch over. So if you have your chair, you can move it to the other side of you. If you're using your kitchen counter, you can simply turn around. Or if you are, again, with all of these exercises, you can turn and face your chair this way as well. I'm just turning this way so that everyone can see what I'm doing. So we're going to start here, and we're going to go back to our leg lifts. So we have our outside leg pointing straight back. Remember, our modification for these is that we have our feet together, we step behind. Feet together, step behind. If you want to do the leg lift for a little extra challenge, we're going to start with the foot back on the ground and lift it up and down, up and down. A tiny little lift, up and down. Remember, you can be stepping your feet in and tapping behind you for your modification. Good job. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring it back together. We're going to go out to the side now. Remember, your modification is you can step out and in, out and in. This is where we start. This is our modification. For the challenge, we start out and we lift the side and down, side and down. Keep that core really tight. You want your leg to be the only thing that's moving. We don't want you moving all around. It's just the leg. Good. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Shake it out a little bit. We've got one more position. We're going to bring that outside leg, bring it right behind you. And we're going to do our straight leg raise. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We're going to bring our leg in front. I was going to make y'all do it twice. Bring that leg in front. Now remember, we can have our feet together and step forward. This is our modification. Or we can have our foot facing forward and do a tiny lift up and down, up and down. So pick what works for you. You want to feel challenged, but you don't want to feel unsafe or unsteady. We can always start with the modifications and work our way up. These videos are played every day. So if today's Monday and you're doing where you're stepping in and out and not lifting your leg, maybe by Friday you'll be able to do a couple where you're lifting your leg. So it'll be all about that progress. And if you try this every day or multiple times a week, you might see that by the end of the week, you're able to do more than you were able to at the beginning. So last one. Very good. All right, shake it out. We've got our little dynamic squat here. It's actually, but when you cross back like this, it's actually called a curtsy squat. So that's kind of fun. But again, we can have our feet together and step out and together, out and together. And then you have a little bend in your knees. So we'd have our knees bent and tap out, bent, sit, This is our modification. Now, if you want that challenge for that curtsy squat, we come behind with a little bend and tap out. Bend, tap out. These are kind of pretty. But that does not mean that this is not for the gentleman too. Good. Couple more. You guys are doing awesome. 2. And last one. Very good. And shake that leg out, especially the one that you were standing on. That one gets a little tired. Wonderful. You guys did a great job. So this routine has a lot of modifications to it. As we talked a lot about stepping outside of your base support and back in, or, you know, actually doing leg lifts for a little extra challenge. And it definitely challenges the balance a little bit more. So try these exercises, see if you can challenge yourself a little bit. But again, if any of these feel painful, if they feel just harder than you would think, if they feel harder than just a good challenge, then give us a call with Aegis Therapies. Give us a call here, and we can come up again with a program that fits you and try to work with you on building you back up so that you feel a little bit more sure on your feet and balanced. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.